Hi guys, this is Katie Gilmore, the Hot Mess Work at Home Mom with hotmesswehm.com, and I want to talk today a little bit about getting burnt out in your business. So this is something that I can truly speak to. For those of you who don't know me, I am a very busy mother of 6 plus 2 kids. My 2 nephews live with us, and I have a husband, and I have another full-time job, and we're in like 40,000 different sports. My husband coaches sports. I am a board member for several different things. So we're busy, busy, busy. And so preventing burnout is super important to me. However, I have been there, done that. And these are some of the things that I have used to not only get out of burnout, but also prevent it in the future. So burnout is when every day is a bad day, you're super stressed out, you're exhausted, you could sleep for forever, but you're still exhausted, you can't focus on anything, and you just feel drained, like you have nothing else to give. And so at the beginning of this year, I actually felt that way very strongly in my Scentsy business. Like there's nothing more. There's nothing more for me here. I am over it. I am done. And it's just because I was, pouring myself into too many different things. So to get over this, I took a minute. I actually took a couple of days, but depending on how burnt out you are, maybe you need to take a couple of days, maybe you need to take a week, but make sure you put a time limit on that. You don't want to end up taking 6 months off. That's not going to work. But take a minute or a day or whatever. Vent. Don't vent down into your downline. But if you have, a close friend that's not part of Scentsy, or if you have, if you're close with your upline, somebody that you can kind of just talk to and be like, listen, I'm just feeling so burnt out, and I'm just not feeling it lately. Go for a coffee, spend some time with a friend, just kind of relax, get away from it. Don't think about your business for a little bit. And then get a notebook or a piece of paper and do a brain dump. This helps me incredibly. I do this actually all the time. If I'm feeling the slightest bit stressed about my business, this is what I do. I grab a piece of paper and write down all of the things that I need to do for my business. And I actually do this for, my home life and my other business as well. I'll just write down like what needs to get accomplished. Because I think sometimes when you're letting all of those things fester, and you're like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do this. This is important. This is got to get done. This is got to get done. You're really just letting those things sit, and you're, just stewing on those things, and you don't even really know what has to be done. So do a brain dump. There's like tons of videos on what a brain dump is exactly, but essentially I just make a list. Do I need to focus on some follow-up? What needs to get done? Completely dump out everything I can think of that needs to be done. Little things, big things, all of that. Write it all down. It can be a big mess. It does not need to be a nice organized list that you've rewritten 3 times. Just write it down. Just get it out, write it down. And this one is going to sound kind of funny, but clean your space. So I don't know about you, but I hear this all the time, and it's definitely true for me. I cannot work in a messy space. Now, it's really kind of funny because I've done videos in the past showing how messy my office is. It gets so messy in here because I just truly like shove everything in here. I'm like, oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to do that unboxing. And then so everything gets shoved in here. And I think that just kind of makes me feel cluttered and stresses me out. And so clean your space, get it cleaned up. I work so much better when my office is like neat and my desk is cleared off, and it gives me, it just like mentally makes me feel like I have myself together a little bit better. And then the last thing, limit negativity with yourself. Make sure you're, positively talking to yourself. You're not being mean to yourself and saying hurtful things. That is plays a huge part in your burnout and how you're speaking to yourself. If you're you're like, oh, I can't do this, and I'm terrible at follow-up, and I, missed my opportunity to get this person to join, and this negative happened, and this sold out, and da-da-da. If that's what you're telling yourself, then, you're really just beating yourself down even more. But the same thing with your friends and your people that are around you. If everybody around you is negative, then you're going to start to feel the same ways. So, maybe really reflect on who you're spending time with, whether or not those people are, reflecting a positive outlook for you, and keeping, your little bubble positive as well. So those are the things that I did to help myself get out of that funk. Took some time, just kind of unplugged, got myself back together, did my brain dump, cleaned up my space, and got myself organized. I put away so much stuff and organized so much stuff. It just made me feel so much better. And then definitely changed how I was speaking to myself. If you're telling yourself that your business is a failure and you've got nothing else left to give to it, then, you start believing yourself. Now, a couple of things that I do to prevent burnout altogether, because I've got burnt out a few times, but the beginning of this year was probably the worst. So things that I've done to kind of prevent that from happening again is plan unplug time. So when I'm not on the computer, I'm not near my phone is off or on silent or whatever. Usually for me, this is on Sundays, spend time with my family, get out and do something, but just get away from work. Because I think what happens is a lot of us are kind of workaholics, and the more you work, the more your business grows, but you need to also set downtime and set boundaries around that. Otherwise, you're just working all the time, and you're going to start to feel the effects of that. Which was another thing. Setting boundaries around your business. Make sure you have business hours. Are they going to work out perfectly every week, every day? No, but start off with good intentions. And like I said, Sunday I usually try to have as my unplugged day, so I try to keep that really strict schedule around that. I'm in my office on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 7 to 9. Does that work out perfectly every time? Nope, especially not in football season. A lot of the time we're not even getting home until then. But generally speaking, I try to keep those business hours so that I can focus on my work during those hours, and so that I'm present with my family outside of those hours. Book ahead. I cannot say enough about this one. This helped me greatly, and I've continued to keep on doing it. And so if you go and watch my front loading your calendar video, it'll show you all exactly how I book ahead, how I've consistently had over 2K in PRV for the past, I think 8 months now. And booking ahead, it takes so much stress off of, oh my gosh, where's my next party coming from? Oh my gosh, where's my next paycheck coming from? How am I going to get PRV that month? It takes all that stress away. You've already planned for that. It's already all taken care of, and definitely go watch that video because it will help you as far as booking ahead, front loading your calendar, and taking that complete stress away. And the last thing that I've done to prevent burnout is to recognize that it's happening, and to nip it in the bud, take control before it gets too bad. So when I start noticing that I'm exhausted, and I love coming into my office and getting work done, checking off checklists. I love doing that. And so when I'm feeling like, oh, I don't want to go in there, like I'm so stressed out by everything, it's feeling so overwhelming, then I know that that's when I need to take a break, do some of these things that I've told you about in this video, and kind of retake control of everything. So I'm curious to know if you have ever felt overwhelmed and overworked and burnt out in your business. So comment down below and let me know. Make sure you give this video a like and you subscribe to my page. It really helps me out. And I will talk to you guys all next time.